Subtraction algorithm for subtraction to 100. It is important to know how to subtract using the standard algorithm. So here you'll see that I've stacked my numbers, getting them ready to use the algorithm. We need to stack the numbers and make sure they're lined up. If they are not lined up, you will not get the correct answer. So here I might take 9 minus 7 equals 2. And this, well, there's nothing there, so maybe I'll just write the 3 down here and just transfer the 9 down here. Well, I'm going to get a completely different answer than the correct answer if I do that. So it's very, very, very important that you're lining your numbers up. Always start on the right with the ones column. So here we are with the ones. I've labeled the ones up here. You don't always have to do that, but for right now, it's helpful. Okay, so we do 9 minus 3 equals 6. Then we're going to move to the tens column. Here I've got 9 minus 7 equals 2. So 99 minus 73 equals 26. When you're comfortable with the algorithm, you don't have to write all of the columns in. So you might just write it like this, and that is just fine. If there were digits in the hundreds or thousands places, so beyond just the tens and the ones, you're still going to start with the ones and do the subtraction here, then go to the tens, hundreds, thousands, and you would continue on like that if the numbers were even bigger. But you always start on the right with the algorithm and move to the left. Use the subtraction algorithm to solve these questions. Carefully stack and line up your numbers. Start with the ones place and move left. Some kids find it handy to use grid paper. At a grade 2 level, some kids' printing isn't small enough to use grid paper. But if you have small printing and you'd like to use grid paper to help you line up your numbers, that's a great idea. Okay, so now let's try one with regrouping. Again, we start with the ones. If there are 5 ones, can we take 7 of them away? I want you to think about that. If you have 5, can you take 7 of them away? Imagine that there were 5 blocks. Can we take 7 of those away? No, we can't. So some kids, their brain will automatically flip these numbers and they'll do 7 minus 5 is 2. But if you do that, you're going to get the wrong number. So always imagine this number in your mind and then think, can I take that many away? Ding, 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 we must regroup. So we're going to need to take a 10 out of the tens column. So we cross out the 6. We have 6 tens here. We cross them out. We take a 10 out, so we have 5 left right now, 5 tens. Then we break the 10 that we just took out of the tens column. We break it up into 10 ones, and we add them to the ones column. So we had 5 before, and we're going to add 10. The 10 that we just took out of the tens column, they're now ones. 5 ones plus 10 ones equals 15 ones. So I wrote that up here. This crossing out of the number of the tens and writing how many tens are left, and the crossing out of the ones and writing how many ones we now have, that is really, really important, and that's showing your work. So that shows your teacher or whoever's looking at your work what you were thinking. So please, that is not a step that you can skip. Please make sure that you always show your work. So now we've done our regrouping here. Now we're ready to subtract. So we go back to the ones. Here we have 15 ones minus 7 equals 8. Then we move left to the next column, which is the tens column, and we subtract. We have 5 tens. We take away 2 of them. Now we have 3 tens. So 65 minus 27 equals 38. This is a strategy that takes a lot of practice. Don't worry if you don't get it right away. If we were doing it in class, we would be practicing it for weeks, not just for 1 week. So this is not something that I expect you to understand right away, but I do want you to be exposed to it, to see it, to play around with it, and to try to get it. And many of you will get it. And if you don't worry, you're going to get lots more practice in grade 3. So here are some practice questions. Use the subtraction algorithm to solve these questions. Remember to always check to see if you need to regroup. Show your regrouping when you do regroup. So not all of these need regrouping. Some of them do and some of them don't. So you always have to have your brain turned on to be thinking, do I need to regroup here?